In this video, I'm going to show you how an elite running back gets ready and prepares in the off season. So if you're running back out there, you want to know, man, how should I be operating with the last few months? Literally, it's June. We have June, July, and then camp starts. All right. If you want to squeeze the most out of the rest of your off season, then stay tuned and watch this full video. What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video here at desireLess with your guy KJ, back here again helping running backs elevate and dominate the game. And today I'm gonna break down what an elite running back's offseason should look like. Okay, so a lot of you guys might not know exactly how to operate like a pro or operate in the best way to get the most out of your abilities for this off season. All right, and for y'all who don't know who I am, my name is KJ Howard, obviously owner of this channel, owner of desireLess. And I was a guy who played Division I ball, played JUCO ball, and I wasn't even a guy who started in high school. I didn't start, I had to climb my way up. High level, I played D2 ball, been all over the place, man. But I gained a lot of knowledge from my experience. I had a tryout with the Bengals, all of that stuff. I'm not the greatest running back, but I know a little something here or there. And maybe my knowledge can maybe help you avoid maybe some of the mistakes I made, so you don't miss out on those. So maybe you can add extra 2 years of eligibility because you're not wasting 2 years figuring things out. You can just follow this blueprint. All right, so going into the first thing about the off season and how you should try to get better is one, we're going to talk about the misconceived notion, which is, you don't have to pretty much kill yourself. I shouldn't even say that like that, but that's how I'm going to put it. Kill yourselves in the workout. All right, we're going to focus on essential training. Okay, so what I mean by you don't have to kill yourself is a lot of guys think, okay, this off season I want to go harder. So in order for me to go harder, I need to just do 10 times more. I need to put in more effort. I need to do this. I need to run up Mount Everest. I need to go work out like David Goggins. And in reality, that is probably going to do more harm than good. All right. A lot of times you already are put, like, it's not your effort level. It's more so what are you deciding to focus on? Okay, if you're a guy, you're already strong, you're looking to go crazier and have a better season and evolve, what then is getting much bigger in the weight room, is adding 10 pounds of muscle, and that's going to make you a better running back? Probably not. If anything, it might hurt you because you're not going to be as fluid. You're going to feel pretty stiff. You're not going to feel as smooth. So what you want to do, instead of adding more, you want to add just maybe a little bit, or not even add a little bit, but construct little things inside your work, which is the essential training. Okay. And what essential training is something that I came up with. Well, I didn't come up with this, but Pareto principle. All right. 80-20 rule. Okay. So the 80-20 rule, which you probably heard me say a lot of times, football is 80% mental and 20% physical, because I got that from the Pareto principle. And Pareto principle pretty much is saying that 80% of whatever input creates 20% of the output, and then 20% of input creates 80% of the output. Pretty much saying that you get 80% of results usually, and this is all pretty much all facets of life, majority of things. Okay, Italian economist Pareto, I forget his first name, but he came up with this rule, pretty much determining that 80% of the world's wealth, or Italian or France, wherever they're from, wealth only came from 20% of the people, and then 20% of the wealth came from 80% of the people. And this principle pretty much works vice versa. So I put that into football terms, which is essential. It's like a lot of guys, when they're thinking about adding extra work into the off season, adding and stuff to get better, they add 80% to get 20% of the results, which they're like, man, like I feel like I'm banging my head against a wall. I'm working 2 times harder. I'm working with a footwork guru. I'm working with this guy, that guy, but I'm not seeing results. That's because you're focusing on the 80%, the stuff that you're probably either already good at, that it really isn't too much returns you can get in, probably like weight room stuff, or maybe just certain things, and you're getting 20% of results compared to focusing on the 20% right here that's going to deliver you 80% of the results. Okay, a lot of times, a lot of you guys are probably only like one small thing away from having your breakout season. You're probably one skill set from having your breakout season. For example, as me when I was in high school, I was focused a lot on just trying to get bigger, faster, and stronger. But guess what? Every running back in the country is focusing on getting bigger, faster, and stronger, which necessarily, I mean, it does make you a better running back, but it wasn't giving me, it was only giving me 20% of my return. Like I wasn't getting a whole bunch of investment compared to if I developed my receiving skills, if I would have developed my open field, change direction, return ability, that would have gave me so much more value, 80% value, because my skill set would have been rare. I was already kind of quick, but having to be able to play in space and being able to run routes, maybe catch the ball consistently, those are little things that would have transformed my game, literally. Bro, there's not too many. How many running backs? I'm 5'6", 170. How many running backs 5'6", 170 get inside zone 25 times a game? Not a lot. But how many smaller guys like me who be like a Darren Sproles who catch the ball, return the ball? Like, look at Darren Sproles. He literally caught the ball, he returned the ball, all that. 5'6", played 13 years in the NFL because he added value. He focused on the 20%. He wasn't trying to be Derrick Henry. He wasn't trying to be freaking a bulldozing running back. He understood the skill set. He understood the 20%. So a lot of you guys want to focus on that 20%. When you're constructing your off-season workout, let's say you already have your team lifts, or you already have certain things in front of you. You already have your main package. Everybody has your main stuff. Well, the extra stuff you do shouldn't be the same stuff. Like, if you're already working speed with your team, if you're already working a certain thing, you don't need to add extra. The extra work you put in should be stuff you're not working out at all. Okay, it should be stuff that you know is critical to add value to your skill. So let me give an example. I'm gonna give you an example of my last year's schedule going into my off season, how I had it. Okay, and it's gonna be just pretty generic. Okay, we're gonna go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I had basic lift / run. I'm gonna put L/R on pretty much all these days right here. All right, lift and run. Everybody has your lift and run with your basic stuff you have to do with your team. All right, so you have to lift, all that stuff. But here's what I did extra. So there's a lot of things. I mean, obviously I have a specific skill set in my niche. There's certain things as a running back I need to work on. I need to be able to work on my skill set. I need to work on my jump cut, my stick, my hands, my receiving ability, my balance, my course ability, flexibility, mobility, all of that. So here's what I did, okay? So on certain days, I added little things. I wasn't trying to put in extra speed work. I wasn't trying to put in extra hill sprints or anything that's too much taxing on my body. You know, I focused on 20%. Understood my skill set, my niche. So for example, extra Monday, we're gonna add, I did extra mobility and maybe some hand-eye coordination. All right, and I did that I did that on Monday, and let's say Wednesday I did that too. Mobility, hand, eye, and then also Wednesday I did balance and stability. Okay, so I added little things, mobility. Okay, as a running back, you need to be fluid. You need to be a lot of things. Hand-eye coordination, mobility, hand-eye coordination, balance and stability. Those are little things. There wasn't taxing on the body. That took me probably extra 30 minutes to do. It took me a little bit to do, but it made a lot of difference because one, I had great hands as a running back. Okay, I played receiver at Ohio. I developed my hands, I developed my route running. My mobility is keeping me mobile, keep me healthy, keep my joints loose, and then my balance and stability. You gotta train core stability. You gotta be a guy who can stay balanced and stay upright even when things are unbalanced. Look at Alvin Kamara, Aston Jinty. Guys have crazy core strength and crazy balance and stability. Then after this, Tuesday and Thursday, let's say we're gonna get running back footwork, but critical though. Critical footwork. So right here, I'm going to maybe focus on my jump cuts. So it's going to be a jump cut day. It's not a lot of volume. I might have a total of 20 reps total. 20 reps total, but I'm going to make the most out of that. All right. And then Thursday, we're going to do, let's say another running back day. Running back, but this is open field. Open field. So I'm working sticks, spin moves, double sticks, like all that. I'm working sticks. Once again, not extra. I'm adding like 20 reps, probably 20 to 25 reps. And that gives me an opportunity to work on my stuff, my open field moves, my stick, my double stick, all of that. For Friday, we're just focusing on another mobility day. Another mobility day. At the end of the week, I'm pretty beat up. So we're recovering too. So we're focusing on recovery. All right, so we might do some yoga. We might do maybe some type of cold exposure, some ice bath, some rolling out, some foam roll. Try to get my body back, okay? And then Saturday I did Pilates. And then just mobility. My fault, I'm trying to think right now. And then Sunday was recovery. So we're doing yoga, maybe some meditation, and then study day. Okay, so going back to it. So Friday, my body's pretty beat up, all right? We lifted, we ran, we conditioned, all of that. So Friday, I'm just focused on mobility. After my workout, I want to focus on mobility. I want to focus on recovery. I want to get a head start to my recovery already, and this going into this weekend. Then Sunday, I went to Pilates. All right, so Pilates is another way for you to train core stability and core strength. All right, I need to work on my balance. I need to work on low impact stuff. Pilates isn't high impact stuff. I'm not in there lifting 400 pounds. My body's already went through that, but I still want to train the small things, bro. Pilates class, you focus on a lot of stuff that you don't really train in the weight room. So it's more of kind of like a prehab kind of thing. Getting certain ligaments strong, getting certain joints strong, getting the mobility, all that stuff, and it's still good work. All right, so that was a lot of things for Pilates, working on a lot of my glutes. I worked a lot of glutes, worked a lot of hip flexor, core strength, all that stuff that helps you get faster, that isn't necessarily hard on the body. And then mobility. Each day I'm pretty much doing mobility. Mobility is an everyday thing, every night thing that I was doing before I went to bed. And then Sunday, it was just recovery day. So yoga, low intensity yoga, not really like a vinyasa flow, but more of like a slow flow. All right. Sunday is kind of mindset day for me. Sunday is a day where I'm not pushing anything physically, but I'm pushing myself mentally. I'm doing stuff that's boring, that's hard. So yoga, a 45-minute yoga session, that's not fun. It's 45 minutes, but it's good for me. I'm training my mindset. I'm training me how to be mentally resilient. I'm training me how to be disciplined. Meditation. All right, having meditation, resetting, getting good blood flow into me, resetting my mind, kind of calming myself. All of that is good for meditation. And then study day, which is probably the hardest. And I'm not pushing physically, I'm pushing myself mentally. So I might go into a deep study day. I'm talking 4, 5, 6 hours of studying football or studying anything to help me get better. So if there's any skill I'm trying to master, if I'm trying to master my jump cut, my open field, I'm trying to master a run scheme, I'm trying to master running against a specific defense, I'm trying to study other players. Okay, this is a study day. I'm just studying film, long, non-interrupted. I'm studying my 2 hours, take a break, another 2 hours, another hour. I'm getting like 4 to 5 hours of studying, okay? Just kind of seeing what any tips or hacks I'm trying to get into, maybe some mindset stuff for this upcoming season, maybe mentality stuff, discipline stuff, routine things to get in more order. Like a lot of that stuff is maybe habits. I'm reading, all of that. So it's mindset day, and I pretty much read every day, but that day is a real deep study day. And even then, my schedule still kind of looks like this now. Even though I'm not playing, it still pretty much looks like this, where I have a full structured day of getting lift. Obviously, I'm not lifting. I'm not putting as much volume because I'm not currently an athlete, but I'm lifting. I have my mobility days, my recovery days, my Saturday core stability, all that stuff, yoga, meditation days, long study days. But this is what my schedule looked like throughout the off season, last season, okay? And I stay consistent with it. I'm not saying you got to run over Mount Everest. You don't have to put in extra. I don't have to have a lift and run and then afterwards I'm gonna lift again. That's stupid. All right, I'm adding in stuff that I'm not working on right now. I'm adding in extra tennis ball work. I put hand-eye coordination probably 2 times a week. I usually do that probably 3 times because I really want to improve my hands. But I'm working hand-eye coordination. I'm working my mobility. I'm working my balance and stability. I was doing Pilates. I was doing meditation. I was studying. Had my long study days. These are all little things that add to your schedule that it's not really taxing on the body, but it makes the biggest difference. You're adding the 20% that gives you the 80% of the results. Okay, so here's an insight into how you should be operating like a pro, or how if you want to operate like a pro, you need to have something like this, similar to this, where you're putting in smart extra work, because you don't want your extra work to burn you out before the season. So you get to the season and you're already freaking mid-season form, not mid-season form, but body's already tired and you can't perform at an elite level. Okay, so this is right here is kind of what I did last year. Now it's me personally, obviously everybody's different. Some might want to do more, some might want to do less, but if you want to operate like a pro, one, you just need structure and schedule. Like I had all this stuff planned out. All right, I had all this stuff planned out, and the structure and schedule is what's going to get you to become elite, because it takes the guesswork out. You know what you need to work on, you know what you need to get into, and that's what's going to help you become elite. All right, and if you're a running back out there and you want to have this structure and guidance to add that 20% that gives you the 80% of results instead of you focusing on that 80% that's barely giving you anything, if you want something like that, I'm going to focus on actually how to become an elite running back physically, mentally, to the point that you're dominating next season. And they're like, oh my gosh, man, like what the heck did you do? Like, who are you? What did you do this off season? That sounds like something you're interested in. Book a free strategy call down below. We can see if we can potentially help you out, because we might not. All right, the system isn't for everybody. RDS system, our coaching program, is for guys who want to hit that next level and be elite. And right here is kind of a sneak peek. I mean, this is just generic. This is just for what I did. Everything everybody else is accustomed to is it's optimized to them and their schedule. So some days you might have different stuff, but overall it's a full system to help you become elite and hit that next level. And I haven't even put in like this not include like the film study, mindset, training, all the other stuff, courses, all the other stuff that comes with it. Like, hey, you become elite, man. But if it sounds like something you're interested in, hit the link in the description down below. See if I can help you out. But hey, it's all I got for you guys. It's guy KJ. If you want to start being like a pro, have that structure and guidance, bro, you know what to do. Create structure for yourself, because structure equals discipline. Discipline equals greatness. All right, it's guy KJ. See you later.